Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Skaven Plays. The new book has been leaked in a full PDF version. So, I'm going to take a look at it, go over some of my thoughts, and tell you what I love about it, because it's a lot of new stuff. I'm starting here at the bottom of the book with the Feculent gnarlmaw, because it's completely changed. You don't put one down in deployment anymore, you now put them down in the hero phase. And their abilities have changed. They don't give disease anymore. Instead, if it's a demon unit, you get rally dice. And if it's a mortal unit, they get a 5-up ward. Which is good, because the mortals lost all their 5-up wards, and now have to be wholly within 12 of the tree to get a 5-up ward. A lot of people don't like that change. Depending on points, I think it's perfectly fine. Because that means if we lost that 5-up ward inherently to go to a 6-up, and now it's still a conditional one, you can still get the 5-up ward. And that gives you a better budget for points to get better abilities. Which the mortals got some pretty good abilities. And I like it. Oh, also, they can move now. Any movement phase, they get to move 3 inches. So both yours and your opponent's, worth noting. That's amazing. I love it. That one guy who in the FAQs kept asking if the trees could do pile-in moves because they had an attack profile. They heard you, and they put you in the book. And it's wonderful. I love it. I also have cover and unstable, which means you can walk through the bottoms. A lot of people forget you can walk through the bottom of the tree. That wasn't new. But here's the ability, Blade Regrowth. If you don't have a gnarlmaw, set one up wholly within 12 of any objective you control. So you can start putting one out a little bit halfway across the board, or if you don't think you need it right away, you can wait and just put it out the next turn or two. You don't need it right away. You can only put down one tree now if you don't have Horty. So that's important to remember. It can move 3 inches, and Horty can move the trees now, but we'll get into that when we talk about Horty. This is probably here the exchange I'm most excited for. Every time your opponent kills a Rotbringer, if they will have a chance to get diseased. They kill your Rotmeyer Creed, they kill a Maggoth Lord, they kill a Glottkin, they kill a Foot Sorcerer. On a 3-up, they get disease. Once per turn, which, sure, fine, it'd be really overpowered if it wasn't. But still, it's a nice way to give disease. Pustules stay the same, remedies stay the same. Blessed of the Plague Father now has an option to affect somebody within 7 inches, which I think is wonderful. It's only on a 4-up. But still, having a range chance for disease still is nice, because we lost that from the gnarlmaw, so it kind of just got moved to here. Sadly, it does take the same trigger as the spread, but it's still very nice. It's still quite strong. You still have the guaranteed spread in melee. Overall, it's just a nice quality of life change, especially since we won't need the tree to do it anymore. I like it. It's great. Also says that 1 damage everything if it's diseased. Alright. Whew, sorry, a little bit winded. This is like my 3rd time trying to record this. Alright, Plaguebearers of Nurgle. Pick an enemy unit to be the Plague Progenitor. For the rest of the battle, you cannot pick Manifestation or Terrain. Doesn't matter. Roll 2d3, or on a 6, if the roll equals or exceeds the Plague Progenitor's health characteristic, it has a disease keyword. For the first battle round, while they have the disease keyword, it can't be used or picked to be target of any abilities that could heal it or slain return models. And each time the Plague Progenitor is picked to be the target of the spread effect of the of the Plague Father ability, they take D3 damage to every other unit in combat range. So not themselves, they don't take extra damage, but everything else will. So if your opponent has a chain activate piece, you can virtually take it away from them. If your opponent has a castle army, pick something in the center of their army, give it disease, and it can't heal the disease for the first round. So if you roll this 2d3 and you get, say, a 5 on a foot hero, there's a very real chance that foot hero dies before they get to use it on the 2nd round. Especially since new disease. It wasn't listed up here. I believe it's right down here. But new disease does D3 damage, a good D3. It's no longer fails on a 1. Which is a good change. Something they probably should have FAQ'd a while ago. The important thing to remember, they can't heal in the first round. Fine. After that, this is the whole game. So if you pick a big screen, if you pick a bodyguard unit, anytime you can put disease back on it or give it disease or spread it, it'll do damage to everything that's trying to bodyguard or prevent. Really nice. Really fun. I love it. Plague Cyst gives +5 control to Rotbringers, non-hero Rotbringers, which is important, while they're wholly within 12 of any demon units. This could be extremely strong, but it fully depends on the points. If things are too expensive, I don't think this will be very good. But if the Rot Swords are a good price, if the Slaven Knights are cheap enough, you're going to run 2 or 3 of them, it's a very good thing. It's going to heavily depend on points. Even Creed would be nice with this, actually. Going to grab a side point. But, I like this one a lot. Control score is a big thing that the army can play up now. And, again, points. If the points are willing, this could be the strongest one. If they're not, then it's an option. Nurgle's Menagerie gives companion weapons crit 2 hits. This is the one that when I saw it on spoilers, I thought it was fake. I didn't think they'd give us this, because it seemed largely useless for us. However, they made one change that makes this pretty good. Beast of Nurgle now have companion on their weapon. Oh, they had it before. Okay, well I didn't remember they had it. But they have companion, which means that the Beasts of Nurgle are now crit 2 hits. And if you're just spamming out beasts, say you have more than 4, and a Maggoth Lord, or Festus, because Festus has companion weapons now too, this could be a very potent way to play Nurgle as well. And I'm really excited that it feels like the first time in like 2 books that we have more than 2 sub-factions. Because that's quite good if you're going for an all-beast list. You can build a list that way, and it'd be very strong. And I love it. And the last one here, Affliction Cyst. Non-monster demonkin. Non-monster Maggotkin of Nurgle demon unit. So not Guos, not Rotigus, but all your Plaguebearers, your drones, would automatically run a 4. It's good. It's not bad. Is it better than the others? No? No, I don't think it's better than the others. It's better if you're doing an Oops All Plaguebearer list with some drones. But even then, I might just want to take the Taliban. But it's an option, and it's not a bad one by any means. But I don't think it's quite as good as the others. But still, though, this is amazing that we've got 3 sub-factions that you can build around, and then one that is kind of just a, I'm not going into any one of those highly. I like it. It's wonderful. Heroic traits. Grandfather's Blessing got nerfed. It used to heal D6, now it's D3. Sure, doesn't matter, it's fine. Febrile Frenzy, wonderful. Pick any non-hero Maggotkin of unit who's wholly within non-hero Maggotkin of Nurgle unit, wholly within 12 of the unit. On a 3-up, they get +1 to the attack characteristic for melee weapons. It doesn't specify anything unit-wise, so it could be your Plaguebearers, it could be your Blight Kings, it could be your Rot Swords, it could be your Slaven Knights. Granted, I won't do the horses, but who cares about the horses? Puskoils, actually, if you really wanted to, throw this on a Lord of Affliction and send them in with a reinforced group of flies, depending on the points. Very, very depending on the points, because they didn't get changed much, and they needed to. But even so, that's still pretty good. On a unit of 10 or 20 Rot Sword, 10, 20 Plaguebearers, that's just a 3-up, 20 more attacks. And that's probably going to be one of the go-tos now. Especially if we do lose the soggy stuff, which the rumor is we're losing all the soggy stuff. And getting some stuff to replace it. We don't know everything yet. Let's see. Overpowering Stench. Instead of it being a 5-up, now it's a roll-off, which is fine. And instead of it being no commands, which it was no commands, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, no commands. Every time they issued a command, it was no command on a 5-up. Now it's just every combat phase, somebody in melee, no positive saves, and subtract 1 from ward rolls. That's good. It's not terrible. It's probably not going to get used, in all honesty, though. The fact that it's a roll-off makes it fun and dicey. Good casual game. But if you're going heavy on units, you're going to want Gift of Febrile Frenzy. And if you're going Monster Mash, you're probably going to want Grandfather's Blessing. I could see going Overpowering Stench if you're doing like a beast build. And you just have a lot of single unit entities where Gift of Febrile Frenzy won't be as good because it can't buff beasts. And the healing D3 might not be as good on a small hero. Like, that's definitely something you want on a Guo. Even then, though, I'd probably just take Gift of Febrile Frenzy on a Guo because then I'm running Plaguebearers, which would be bonus from the +1 attack. Yeah, no, it might just be Gift of Febrile Frenzy everywhere, actually, now that I'm thinking about it more. Yeah. Still, though, Overpowering Stench has a place. In certain lists, it has a place. Does it beat +1 attacks, though? That's the point. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I still think it might be Frenzy. Alright, the boons. And these are good. These are nice. I love them. I love the changes here. Carrion Dirge. The same thing, basically, as always. I think it's just a slightly better version. It is a slightly better version. So it's 3 units and 18 instead of 12. And it's -5 control instead of 3. Which kind of just brings it more in line. The book has a lot of control score manipulation now. When I say a lot of, it's like 4 or 5 things now, which is it's a pretty hefty amount, actually. So you can go oops all control score. And it's not bad. It is once per battle, any hero phase, which once per battle is a shame. But you can muck things up. And it has some fun synergies with Festus. It's good. Enough. I don't think you're going to pick it over the other two, because the other two are amazing. So Rustfang, pick a hero or monster. Doesn't need to be just a hero anymore. And they're -1 to saves for the rest of the turn. And it's no longer once per game. You can do that every turn. The Demon Prince got stronger. Lord of Affliction got stronger. Even put it on a Harbinger. Let him go in. That's amazing. That's overpowered, if anything. But so is the next one. Witherstaff. An enemy with a charge on a 3-up -1 to damage. That is probably the strongest artifact we've gotten in a long time. -1 to damage on something combined with some of our other effects that would let you, like Frothing Mucus, or there's a spell that does it too now, I believe. I don't remember. We can make Vanguard charge into us, have no crit mortal, and do 1 damage on their guys' attacks. That's a lot. It's really good. It's a 3-up for this, which, sure, it's also every turn. It's very good. Good against counter charges, too. Just making something -1 to damage is so good. It's insane, really. I love it. Alright, spells. Fleshy Abundance is the same. It casts on a 6 now instead of a 7. That's nice. It's good. I like it. Crippling Despair. I love this. It goes off on a 6. Pick a unit with an 18. They get no commands. You can use it to stop redeploys. You can use it to stop defenses, attacks, whatever. My personal favorite, though, is going to be casting it on something off in the corner that's got disease that you know you want to die next turn, and preventing them from using a rally on it. You can cast it on a caster and prevent them from doing magical intervention, so make Techless use his auto unbind on it, which would be nice. A lot of potential, especially with the bonus to casting we have now. I love this spell. It's going to be great. Cast it a lot. Especially on Blow Up, which everybody knows I don't like Blow Up very much. New Blow Up scroll is actually pretty good. We're going to get to that when we get there, though. Cloying Quagmire is completely unchanged. It's still the worst version of this spell. And I don't know why it still goes off on a 7. They should have dropped it to a 6 like everything else. But it's still nice to have. I've used it a lot. It has won me games on its own. It's a really nice thing to countercast and just hope you get it. Not super reliable, but still strong. Use Cloying Quagmire more. It's good. Alright, prayers. This part I'm really excited about. This first one especially. Until the start of the turn, subtract 1 from rune rolls for attacks made by enemy units while they're in combat with the Chanter. Sure, that's fine. It's another thing of not Frothing Mucus, Fleshy Abundance. Not that great. It's good. And it goes off on a 3. Countercast it. Give something -1 to wound if they're going to go into your castle. Nice. The biggest thing is, if it was a 10-up, each enemy unit in combat with the Chanter, no manifestation of terrain, they get diseased. That's crazy. You load a Harbinger up with points for 2 turns. You charge it into an enemy. They either have to kill it, which means they're not killing your Rot Sword, they're not killing your Glottkin, they're not killing your Maggoth. Or on the next turn, you're going to counter prey, and on a 2 or 3 up, you're just going to disease everything in melee with it. And you do that after they could have done anything to get out. It's insane. It's wonderful. I love it. I'm going to keep a counter here really quick, actually. Calculator. Alright, so we've got 1 way to disease here. The normal disease... I'm not going to count the spread. The spread's going to be independent. So 1 way to disease here. I'm going to count pustules. So we are at 2 ways to disease. And then plus the prayer, that's 3 ways to give disease. And then the sub-faction, we're currently at 4 ways to give something disease. And we're going to keep that counter there. And I love it. I think this is the part that a lot of people who I've been reading comments for on the book so far have been missing. It's the first thing that I looked for because I love disease. So let's see, we did that. Favorite poxes. This used to be a cast ages ago, but they changed what it does. So pick an enemy with an 18, goes off on a 4, -2 to the charge rolls. Really good to countercast. You wouldn't really be doing that on your turn as much, but still strong. And if it's a 10 up, then they lose a charge dice. That's wonderful. Taking a charge dice away from something that wants to come towards you, especially if you combo that with the half move, you're basically saying you don't get to go into combat. And I love it. It's great. It's perfect. Bloated with sickness. You ignore damage every phase. If it was a 10+, you pick 2 things to ignore damage. Fine. It's not great. It's there if you need it. It's the same thing as Frothing Mucus. You're not one every battle, but it's there if you need it. You'd use it like if you're against Zeech or something with a lot of plicky damage. A lot of something that'll hit you in the hero phase and the shooting phase, maybe charge mortals. It'll add up in certain matchups. It's just a nice tool to have. Honestly, you're mainly going to be using the disease one if you can go up for it. If not, you're going to be going for favorite poxes and hitting something's charges. The big question is, do I think they're better than the Soggy Prayers? +2 move prayers, fine. Has nice synergy with Corpulent Avalanche. The nuke prayer is amazing, and honestly, one of the things that has kept us a strong army, and with the state of the army that it was in. And Frothing Mucus says that we just win the game against certain matchups. I think that the old one is stronger utility. I think that the new one has better payoffs for positioning, especially with this disease ability. Because it's not saying I'm going to disease everything in melee with you. It's saying I'm going to threaten to disease everything in melee if you don't kill my Harbinger, if you don't kill whatever other priest it is. And which means you either have to split attacks, which if you're splitting attacks against Nurgle, we love it when you do that. Or you're having to dump too much into it to kill it to make sure it dies. Which means that whatever else we're hitting you with gets to live and hit you for free. The utility of that alone, I think, makes this better. I'm going to be using the new prayer lore, I think. Especially since by the time the book is actually out, I think that we are losing the Soggy prayer lore. They said that we're losing a lot of the Soggy stuff, and some of it might stick around, but we don't know. I'm not going to speculate. We don't know. Speaking of Soggy stuff, the new Rotigus has a lot to fight for against Soggy Rotigus because that scroll is amazing. Let's see what changed. He lost his nurglings, but he gained 2 of the fanged maws, which I think is fine. That's a fair trade. That extra rend, although it's 2 instead of 3 now, so nurglings might have been better against fodder. They gave him just the regular rampage he had, which I thought was always a terrible rampage. It's when he charges on a 3-up, which that shouldn't be a 3-up. That should just be what happens. It's a horde clear. It's terrible. The new rampage is bad. Well, this is the old rampage, actually. It's the same one. It's terrible. +1 to casting for everything wholly within 12. That is amazing. Your Rotigus will be +1 to cast. With another thing in the army that we'll get to later, he'll be +2. If you have, say, a Foot Wizard or, say, a Blowab, those will also be +2 from what the other thing does. That's really good. I think this is wonderful. I like it. The best thing I like, though, is this. Everything with an 18, enemy will take a mortal wound, ally will heal a damage. Not just disease, just everything. So you have a little bit of flip healing, which, fine, sure, it's nice. It's just nice. A little bit of mortal wound ping, which also just nice. Who cares? The thing that is good is until the start of your next turn, while the enemy units are within 18 of this unit, they cannot be picked to heal or return any models. So that says that everything that was within 18, you're going to put a marker on when the spell went off. If they move out of 18 and then you can redeploy or countercharge back into 18, they still were picked for that spell and are within 18 at that point. They can't use any healing after that point. It works on Soulblight, Night Haunt, I was about to say Seraphon, but no, that's not what I'm looking for. Sylvaneth, if they have any of the healing there, but they'll probably teleport away realistically before you get to do it. I think this is excellent. You're going to cast it nearly every turn that there's things in range. It helps a lot of those matchups where disease is just not, oh, trolls. Oh, this wrecks the troll matchup. Because it's not just a once per thing, it's you stop all of their healing. Oh shit, trolls might be a good matchup now if you have a Rotigus. Beautiful. I love it. I love this spell. The fact that you can make it +2 to cast so you cast it on 6-up is wonderful. You can run them into your opponent and then cast it on their turn at a +1 still, which is less reliable, but if you need it, and you go for it. I think it's great. My notifications are blowing up. I'll answer you guys later. Alright. Guo. Shooting attack is the same. It's just strong. Blight weapon is the same. Lost his nurgling, so he didn't get any bonus. Which, sure. Plague Wind is 12 inches. I think it was before. I haven't used a Guo much in the new one. Yeah, it was before. So that's the same. The Revive is now a command point, which it should have been all along. It's that they changed everybody else. We should have had this a bit ago. But it also lets us revive them within gnarlmaws. So within 6 of a gnarlmaw, so that means you can just revive a unit of Plaguebearers or a unit of nurglings halfway across the field. That's wonderful. I think the demon lists are back. Well, not back. They were here before, but using a Guo in them now is more realistic, and I like it. They cut off this ability. Since they cut it off, I'm assuming it's the same. If he took damage, pick 3 things, do D3 mortal wounds to them. Still good. Depending on his points, he might make a lot of lists, or he'll make no list. I don't think there's going to be a huge in between. If this guy was like 420 points, I would see him in a lot of lists, because he is still a chunky monster. He has a good shooting profile, and the spell is another way to disease people. +1. 5 ways to disease, not counting the manual spread. Wonderful. Alright, go down. Spoilpox. Still the same sneeze, extended jaw, sure. Pick a friendly Plaguebearer, wholly within 12, on a 2-up, one of the effects, +1 to wound, +5 control score. No. +1 attacks was good, +1 to wound is not bad, but no, +5 control could be good. If this guy's like 70, 80 points, sure. Oh, he has another belly. Hold on. Sneeze. If you shoot a monster and do damage to it, which your shooting profile is terrible in 7-inch range, they can't use a rampage. So ignore that exists, because it's going to come up almost never. If a monster's within 7 of them, whatever it is dead. And it is any shooting phase, so you could technically unleash hell with this. They'd have to have a really good rampage for you to want to do that, though. If this guy was like 70 points, I can see him making some list. Even then, I don't know if I'd bother putting him in. Bile Piper. Let's scroll down to here. Same thing, wholly within 12. Oh, or enemy unit within 12. Okay, roll the dice. If the roll exceeds the target's control score, add 2 to run rolls for the chart and charge rolls. So you have to beat your control score, which on a Plaguebearer is 1, so it's automatic. You'd get +2 to run charge on the Plaguebearers, which is fine. I like that. It doesn't work with a subfaction, I'm going to note, because it says replace the roll with a 4, so it wouldn't give you +2 to that, so you couldn't automatically run them 6s. If it's an enemy unit, control score, D3 mortal units, each time it moves farther away. Okay, so it's the Slanesh mirror and the spell. Every time they would walk away or teleport farther away, they'll take D3 mortal wounds. Do I think this is... Like, this used to be in every single list. He was the support model for the army. I don't think it's as good as it was. But those abilities kind of got moved around. The +1 to move is obviously on Scrivener? Yep, Scrivener. On the Scrivener now. The ward negation, I think we lost it completely. I didn't see it in the book. We have the -1 ward from a subfaction. Oh no, it was a command trait, but it might be good enough. The D3 damage thing, I don't know how often you would use that. But the +2 move and run and charge? I don't know, depending on his points. If he's still around 100, probably not. If he's under 100 now, like if he's 90 or 80, you'll see a lot of lists, I think, actually. Just the free +2 to move is quite nice. Oh no, not move, just run and charge. That's still pretty nice. With the conditional, like if something wants to retreat or run away. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, we'll have to see how everything goes. I think he needs to be really cheap to be used, which is fine. Let's see, Pox Springer. Still chain fights, adds +1 to attacks instead of +1 to hits now, which is quite good, actually. So with this guy and Febrile Frenzy, you could make Plaguebearers 3 attacks each, which is really silly. And then you could make them +1 to wound, actually, with this guy. And then you all out attack them. So then 40 Plaguebearers, 3 attacks apiece, that's 60 attacks. 3s and 2s crit mortal. And it requires you to roll a 2-up and then a 3-up for the Febrile Frenzy. This one's automatic, though. That's not bad, actually. 60 attacks crit mortal is nothing to snuff at. Plus, you can make it 3s and 2s pretty easily. Yeah, that could be a thing. And make them +2 charge. Yeah, no. 40 Plaguebearer, 60 Plaguebearer list might just be a thing again. And that'd be hilarious if it is. And I would love it. That might be the subfaction where you take the run a minimum of 4. Oh, wait, does that say non-hero? That's remedies, affliction, cysts, Nurgle's menagerie. Non-monster. So that works on the foot heroes. Oh, that's quite good. So your Bile Piper and stuff would be able to keep up better. All right, that's better than I thought initially, actually. I like that a lot. I'm glad this is like the 3rd time I'm trying to record this video because I'm seeing stuff I didn't see before. All right, next one. And we've gone too far. I'm not going to try and re-record it again. All right, Plaguebearers. They're the same, except instead of -1 to hit and shooting, they're now -1 to hit as long as they're controlling an objective you control. I think that's better. They're -1 to hit in melee permanently. The Bile Piper doesn't need to be there for that, which is good because the Bile Piper lost that ability anyway. It's wonderful. I love it. Nurglings. Same attacks, same everything. They don't heal anymore. But instead, they have to die. And then they resurrect wholly within 6 of a friendly unit or a gnarlmaw. Oh no, wholly within 6 of a friendly gnarlmaw only. Wait. Hold on. It's a replacement unit. It doesn't say with half the models, just a replacement unit. And it doesn't say once per model group. So you could resurrect a nurgling every single turn and just use it to be annoying. And go get objectives. Or a battle tactic. And just have it be in the way and not care if it dies because you get it back for free every single turn. Every army should have a nurgling. Every army should have at least one nurgling. This is going to be the demon you spam to just make little fodder screens and be annoying. Let them die, because you get to revive one every turn for free. I can't be reading this right. Can I be reading this right? Declare if this ability of the unit has been destroyed. Set up a replacement unit once per turn. Army. So only one can come back a turn. That's nuts. You have one or two of these things, and you just cycle them into people and be annoying and be a roadblock. They've got to be more than 100 points now. They've got to be like 140. Even at 140, I'd still take at least a group of them. They're insane. I love it. Everybody get a nurgling. Just making a note to myself. More nurglings. That's for later. All right, cool. Oh, that's amazing. All right, Horty changed a lot. That's the same. Profile's the same. I'm assuming his health and armor is the same. They cut it off. If there is no more than one gnarlmaw, so you can get, it's basically that you put a second gnarlmaw down, wholly within 12 of him, same as it was before, except you can only go up to 2 trees now. So we don't need to have 3 trees anymore. You can only have 2, which is fine. If you have a third one, you can use it for pre-measuring, which is good. Still revives a beast, which is amazing. That's great. And it can teleport a tree every turn. So you can place a tree in the movement phase, use it to give something an aura or a ward, say that thing died. You can then teleport the tree away at the end of the turn. Only your turn. Worth noting. Really good. Good if you want to do a lot of mortals because you need the ward. Even with demons because more rallies. Although, do Plaguebearers really need more rally dice? I'd give them 3 extra, so they would have 10 rally dice on Plaguebearers. Yeah, it's really annoying, actually. Yeah, I don't think he's an auto-include. I think he's an extremely good unit, and he's going to make a lot of lists, depending on his points. If he stays where he is at 140, he'll make a lot of lists. If he goes up too much, I don't think he'll make every list. But that's still very good. Let's see, who is this? This is Beasts of Nurgle. They're the exact same. Nothing has changed. They still have their run and charge. They still have their ward. They still have the same amount of attacks. Nothing changed on them. Still a good unit. Hope they don't go up too much. They're strong. Plague drones. Everything stayed the same on them. Same points. They'll be good. I don't know if they'll make the cut anymore, just because of all the new models we got. But they're still a very good skirmish unit. They won't kill things. They'll be annoying, and they'll be in the way. But now we have nurglings to do that. But they do it faster with their retreat and charge and stuff. So, like, they're still used. They're still good. But I don't think they're going to be as needed anymore, sadly. So, though, if you don't have one, worth picking one up, probably. It's a nice option to have. Festus. New Festus. Alright. 3 attacks, 3s, 3s, and 1 rend D3. Auto wound. That's nice and very clan pestilency of you. Okay, I'll take it. 4 attacks, 4s and 2s, 2 rend, 3 damage with crit mortal on the companion. That is very nice. But I want to know how they're going to rule it with the sub-faction. Because the old ruling was, if you have 2 effects that would go on at the same time, say crit mortal and crit 2 hits, you have to pick one, and you have to declare it before you roll the dice. I don't know if that's still what it is, if it got changed. That's how it was the last time that issue came up in 3rd edition. They've been doing a lot to make sure that issue never comes up again. So that'll be a day 1 FAQ, and that'll be fun to see. He only loses 1 attack when he's bracketed, which is nice. 14 wounds on a 4-up. He's immortal, so he'll have a 6-up. And then get a 5-up, I'm assuming, from the tree, which is He's a Maggoth Lord. He's a support Maggoth Lord, looks like. Leech Lord's Curse goes off on an 18. You need an enemy unit with an 18 to cast it. You gain a Leech token, which is important for later. And then each time they use a core ability or command, after the ability has been resolved on a 3-up, they take a mortal damage. And then if any points were allocated by it, you heal 1. So it's kind of like... Oh man, if this was the old Blood spell, that'd be overpowered. But it's just punishing something for doing anything. So a core ability. So a move, a run, a retreat, a charge, a fight. All of that, actually. That's not too bad. And you gain a leech points just on the cast, not every time it uses. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Let's see here. Does it show how many caster he is? No, they cut off his power level, so we don't know if he's a 1 or a 2 cast. I hope he's 2. Alright, and then this ability, once per turn into combat, if the unit did not charge, so they have to charge you, you and your opponent roll off. It goes against your control scores. Whoever has the higher number after control scores, you can do damage to a hero or monster equal to the difference. Fine. If it's not a hero monster, you kill a model. That's really good and really okay. Because of this next ability here, for each enemy unit that was in combat with the unit and destroyed, you get D3 leech points, and then you get 1 control point for every leech point you have. So every time you cast a spell, you get a leech point. Every time something dies, you get D3 leech points. So say if you have 4 or 5, then you're suddenly 9 or 10 control, and then you can do actual good damage with... Oh wait, hold on. I'm looking at something. Where is it? Plague cysts. Non-hero Rotbringers. Okay, never mind. That would have been really strong. Kind of glad it's nothing, actually. But that would be... That's still pretty good. You can do some decent mortals to monsters or heroes later in the game. Probably not right away. But the kill 1 model in the unit, trolls, Kurnoth hunters, those things where that 1 model really matters. That's pretty good against. It does mean they have to charge you, though, which is a bit of a shame. And it's did not charge, so that means you can't have a counter charged in. So that part is a shame. I don't know. If he's 2 cast, I can see him being used a good bit if he's somewhere in the Maggoth Lord range or a little higher. If he's more than 400 points, I think he might just be a little too expensive. But I love him. Look at that model. Look at that mount. Oh, it's wonderful. I hope that he's cheap enough to use. Because I don't think he's bad. Not by any means. He's not going to make every list, for sure. He's just not good enough to make every single list. But is he a strong inclusion in some lists that has the side points? I think he's a very strong inclusion in those. Yeah, I think he's pretty good. I don't think he's not going to be the new centerpiece. He's not going to take the Rotigus or Glottkin spot. But he's good. He's good. Right. Speaking of which, the Glottkin. There's a fair amount that changed here. He went to a 6-up board, which is abominable, but 12-up or 5-up if you're in the tree, which, cool. If you're running the Glottkin, you're probably running Horty anyway to move the tree around for you, just because of how valuable he is. He's Tentacle. Instead of D3 plus 3, it went to 5. Took out some of the RNG. I thought that was nice. The Scythe went to 3 damage to kind of compensate for that high-end loss, which I think is nice. He got just stronger overall, and his Tentacle only loses 1 attack when bracketing instead of 2. That is good. It doesn't feel like he's, just a slightly better Maggoth Lord now when he's taking 10 damage. Another change is they fixed Blight Creek. Oh, now it's Blighted Stampede. Was it Blighted Stampede before? And I just didn't remember. I just kept calling it Blight Creek. Let's find out. Yeah, no, they did change it. But the change here is that now you measure Holy within 12 on the Declare step instead of after the charge is completed. Because before it was... Oh, no, they changed that. Never mind. I'm dumb. So you still pick 2 things when you declare the charge, not after you finish the charge measuring within 12, which is nice. And I like that. I thought that was different. My bad. The spell is the same. Still good. Still strong spell. Horrific opponent is 5 now. I think it was 3 before. Yep. So it got buffed to 5. And this ability is new. Roll a dice on a 4-up for the rest of the turn. The target cannot move, cannot be removed from the battlefield. So no pile-ins, no teleporty thing, which some of the like heroes have. It only works on heroes or monsters. And it's cut off at the bottom. But I do know that you get +1 to hit against that monster if this goes off. So he is a monster killer, and with the profile to back it up, I think he's going to be great. He won't make every single list. You will make a list for him, and he'll function well in it. I think you'll need Horty to buddy up with him, though. And I hope his points don't go up too much. He's 500 now. Stay around there. Maybe go up 20 or 30, but don't go any higher than that, please. He is my favorite model in this entire book, and I want to use him. And his rules are definitely good enough, and they're wonderful. I'm going to take a drink before going to the Maggoth Lords. Okay. Bloab. Shooting combat companions stayed the same. Did his range attack stay the same? It has been a while since I've used Bloab. Yep. Still 7, 2s, 4s, 1 rend D3. Still good. I still wish it wasn't 7-inch range. That should go back to the old 14, personally. But that's neither here nor there. The Scythe has +1 rend against monsters, which is nice. I like that. Companion is the same. Damage is the same. Spell. Start a turn. Other than companion weapon abilities, target friendly unit have no effect. So that spell alone is probably just going to bring him back into the spotlight. We now have a targeted enemy frothing mucus. Oh no, let's pick your unit. So, yeah, no, that's extremely good. He'll probably cast that almost every turn. No charge, +1 damage, no anti-rend, no crit mortal, anything like that. And then on a 3-up, -1 attacks for melee weapons. Only monsters, which if a monster gets into him, he'll probably die. But that gives him some survivability against the monsters. Alright, and then we got Orgots over here. We got Orgots over here. His profile is the same. He didn't get any nice anti-monster or anything, which would have been nice, but he didn't need it. His Acid Ichor got changed. It used to be, I think, on a save of a 6-up. Let's see here. Yeah, save roll of a 6, they take Immortal. Now it's save roll of a 1, they take Immortal. Which is fine. It's the same ability. You're taking the same amount of damage on average because it's a 6 or a 1. Yeah. And then same ability, 3-up. So Orgots largely unchanged. Bloab much better. Morbidex been changed. Profile is the same. Profile is the same. Nurglings still have the ignore of 1 point each phase, which is good. And Nurglings can ignore the effect of the Beast ability. So instead of +3 control, they ignore Beast. Or didn't? No, they used to ignore Beast and get +1. If I remember. Or +3. Oh, no, it's the same. Just +3 control. Which, sure, fine. Draw the first damage where they'll be allocated. Can ignore the Beast. Pick up the 2 Nurglings, hold within 12, on out 2-up. If the unit's not in combat, gets to move, equal to the roll. If it is in combat, they get to do a pile-in. He lost his heal, so he doesn't heal half his wounds anymore. Which is a shame, because that was his main thing. The Nurgling support's nice, but that was his main thing. And without the heal, I don't think he's worth the points. The move is nice, but it's not good enough. Especially since it can't make the Nurglings move into combat. If this could make the Nurglings move into combat, I'd say, sure, maybe. But the fact that they can't, I don't think so. Losing the heal, I think, might have put my boy on the shelf. We'll see. We'll see how everything goes. He might be cheaper than the other 2 now. Which, if he's cheaper, he could be worth the points. Alright, some of the new stuff now. Let's just do Gut Rot really quick. Nothing changed on Gut Rot. He's the exact same. Hope his points stay the same. He's very good, and I love him. Alright, Gelgus. What does Gelgus look like? Gelgus. Oh, it's a new Demon Prince guy. Okay. So 8 wounds, 3 up save, 5 up board, 5 control. 7 attacks instead of the normal Prince's 6, which is nice, but auto wound instead of crit mortal. That's worse. 3 damage, 1 rend. Pick a terrain feature within 6, give it the polluted keyword. This is all scuffed. I think they made another one. No, they didn't make another one for this one. Alright, Green of the Grandfather. Pick a target with heal more than 1. Okay, yeah, it's basically... While you pick a terrain feature within 6, you give it a polluted keyword. When a Maggotkin of Nurgle wholly within 6 of a polluted terrain feature, each time the unit uses a target ability to heal 1 or more damage, you add 1 to the heal instead. So Rotigus would heal for 2. I guess Rally would heal 1 more health, but I don't believe it would help you return more models. When an enemy is in 6 of a target ability, heals 1 or 1 wound, you subtract 1. So minus is healing, and it gives you more healing. Depending on his points, that's fine. If you have him with Rotigus, he can't be too expensive, though, or I don't think he gets played just from that ability. Let's look at the other one. Pick each enemy unit in combat. Roll a dice. If the target rolls exceeds the target's control characteristic, you pick 1 of the targets. So this will be for each target. -1 to hits, -1 to wound, or -1 to control score. So you roll against your control score, you give them -1 to hit or wound, which is nice. It won't work on monsters, really. It will work, well, unless you're like a 6 and they only have 5. But it'll work on units pretty well. So it'll work on knights, it'll work on chosen, it'll work on warriors. I don't know. Not bad. Let's look at the last ability. Pick an enemy unit that charged this turn is in combat, so either it charged you or countercharged, and then dirty D3 mortal wounds. It's not bad. I'm not excited about it. The -1 to hit and wound is nice, but you're only going to get it on infantry units. You're not going to get it on monsters very reliably. But it is everything. So you're not just picking 1 and missing out. You can pick 2 or 3 things if you're in combat with 2 or 3 things. Depending on his points, I think he could be quite good. The healing and polluting thing, I think, is honestly just going to be a token you have to use and not come up that often. The fact that you have to be wholly within 6 to heal is rough. I don't know. I'm not super excited about him. If his points are cheap, say he's cheaper than the ROR Demon Prince, I could see you taking him as a tech piece. But if he's not cheaper than the ROR Demon Prince, just bring the ROR Demon Prince. It's better with the enhancements on it. Which is a little sad. But, Lord of Afflictions. Alright, yep, these are scuffed. Let's go down here. Yep, same thing. His attacks are the same, so +1 damage. Still same thing with the vectors. They did nerf that in the FAQ, which we knew that was fine. And then it's the same thing. Yep, it's the same scroll. Still a strong scroll. Good for the points, as long as the points don't move too much. I like it. This is the Harbinger, or Harbinger, like I like to say. I'll die on that hill. I don't care. I know it's wrong. Sounds cooler to me. Let's see. 8 moves still. 7 health, 3 up, 2 control. Same scythe, same mount. Pick an enemy user thing. Roll a d3. If the target is within 6 of a Sloven Knight, you can roll a d6 instead. Nice. Roll equals or exceeds target's control skills. -1 to wound until the start of your next turn. That's nice. It's not bad. It's not amazing. The D3 is really bad because you're going for control score, which means if they have anything with control score 2, you got to roll 3. But if it's a control score 1 unit, you're kind of just giving them -1 to wound, which it's free. Doesn't cost anything to do. And he's probably still going to be one of your main priests. So that's just a nice bonus. I like it. And then Omens of the Decay. Pick a vision within 12. Subtract twice the current battle round from the target's control score. I think it's just the same because it is cut off. Yep, so it's probably just the same still. -2 to the... minus twice of the current battle round. So round 2 it'll be -4, round 3 it'll be -6. That's good. It's nice. I like it. I still think this is probably going to be our best priest just because 3-up save, 5-up ward if you're near a gnarlmaw, and then you just rank up points and then you put the disease bomb on them and you just run them in and disease everybody. I think this will still be a good one. Plus this is just a nice little bonus. You do lose the once per game -1 to run, move, charge, but I think this is a fine substitute. You're going to give a fodder unit -1 to wound. If you have a knight, which you're probably going to have a knight in most lists, 1 or 2. Yeah, I think that's good. I like it. Alright. Lord of Plagues. Still the same profile. Lost 1 of the ward. Same melee profile. +1 to wound for rot swords. Wholly within 12 that did not charge. So if you can make them charge you, you'll be +1 to wound, which is nice. That's good. And then pick one that did not charge and is wholly within 12. So not you being charged, just did not charge. So you can charge them in and the next turn use these abilities too, which is good. Roll a dice on a 2-up +1 attack. That's really, really good. This guy's going to have to go up in points by quite a bit. It's very strong. I love it. Oh, wait a second. So I don't know if they forgot it, but they didn't put once per turn in here. So that means if you have 2 separate groups of brought swords and 2 separate Lord of Plagues, you could bring 2 different groups up to +1 attack. You can't stack it on the same one because of the rule of 1, but you can still bring 2 separate ones to +1 attack. That's quite good, actually. I like that. If you're playing a lot of rot swords, you're probably playing Lords of Plagues. Lord of Blights. That's the same. Still anti-charge rend. Pick a unit that charged this turn is in combat with this unit or a plague drone wholly within 12. And then do a dirty D3. Fine. That's how it was before, except now it gets to do it to drones too. Sure. And then pick a friendly Blight King unit within 3 of this unit to be a target. On a 3-up, they're unrendable. Now, if you know the current iteration of Blight Kings, that sounds really overpowered. And it would be. But Blight Kings changed completely. And we'll go over that when we get to them. But I don't think this guy will... Lord of Blights sadly might be shelf tier again. Because I just don't think that that's good enough. Let's see. Sorcerer is unchanged. This is the new one. I think it's Belga. Yeah, Belga. 7 wounds, which is nice. Same casting. Pick a visible unit with an 18 to be the target. Make a d6 chancing roll. d3 mortal damage to the target. 1 mortal damage to each other diseased and immune within 3. Nice. If it rolls a 9+, also pick a Plaguebearer. And for each one, kill each infantry model slain by it, you get to bring back 1 Plaguebearer. Really good in Plaguebearer lists. But this guy is going to make almost every list, I think, for this second part. You pick one of the following apply. +1 to casting for friendly Maggotkin lizards while they're within 3 of the unit, or +1 to chance while they're within 3. That +1 to chant counts her as well. So you're just going to have a +1 priest casting your normal spells. And then you're going to be able to give +2 to Rotigus if you want to. Or +1 to other priests as well. It's really good. It's insanely good. This one here, you'll use it sometimes. It's not going to be every game. But they're just going to be there doing your normal chants. If you're using the song you want, it's probably going to be sitting there throwing out your nukes on a 5-up for the good one every turn. Which is dumb. It's really dumb, actually. Oh, that's really dumb. Yeah, no, buy one of these if you haven't got one of these. I as soon as I saw her scroll, I went on eBay and I grabbed one. I fully recommend Belga. It's too good. Blight Kings, the biggest change that I think the most of you will be sad about. They went from a 4-up save originally to a 3-up save, and now they're at a 5-up save with a 6-up ward. So hope they don't get shot. Anti-priest and anti-wizard rend, which is nice. Basically, you replace the anti-charge rend that you got from the Lord of Blights. So that's not bad. It's just nice. And once per turn, end of any turn, you pick an enemy wizard or priest within 12. It basically just makes them miscast more. If they do double ones, if they do double twos or double threes, they miscast. If they're a priest, they will misprey on a 2. It's fine. It's a nice ability, but that means they have to be within 12 of it. Which, unless they're like a caster monster that's going to charge in, like a Vordry or something, that's not going to be as useful. Or maybe you could do some really cheeky stuff and put a group of these with Gut Rot. That could see you doing that. But the fact that they're a 5-up save now, I think really hurts the unit, depending on points. If it's still 190 points, I don't think you touch this scroll with a mile. But if they go down to like 140, 150, I can see them being a one-of in some armies as a tech piece. I think the days of Blight King spam are gone. They're dead. But having one of these, probably not two, probably just the one, isn't that bad. Yeah. It really depends on points, how much extra room you have. Are you going to use this over some of the tech pieces? Maybe. I think in Gut Rot, just to try and kind of be a little bit of annoyance, is the spot you'd see them. And they're going to have to be cheap. They're going to have to be cheap. Alright. Cankerborn. This scroll excited me. I think it's going to be a little pricey just because of what it does. 4 attacks, 3 threes, 1 rend, 3 damage. I'm pretty sure that they come in groups of 2. Or are they just 1? Yeah, I think that they're groups of 2. So then, kind of like that one troll unit that used to be groups of 2. I don't remember what it was. Or maybe it was just because you could reinforce them, it could be 2s. But I think that they're not bad. Attack profile-wise, movement 6 health, pretty good. Do they have base 5 upward? They have a base 5 upward, which is nice. They get to put down pollution tokens. Unit that has 2 or more. Pick an objective or train feature within 12, so that's a pretty good distance to put the token on. If you have already placed them both, you can just move one. But here's the thing. In your movement phase, you can teleport them around now. So teleport it to a friendly pestilent, pollutant, or a polluted terrain feature. Or an objective you control. So you can teleport them back for more control if you need to. No, it's 9 away, isn't it? Yeah, 9 away, so probably not that. Not that at all. But you can pop one on a piece of terrain farther away. You can use it to steal objectives. You can use it to steal stuff. They're decently good war scroll. 12 health in the unit on a 5 up's pretty good. If this unit has 2 models and will automatically destroyed, it is not automatically destroyed. Instead, 1 model in the unit is slain. Oh, is this a 2 model unit that has 6 health overall? Oh. Okay. That's a little less good than what I was thinking, but depending on the points, that's still pretty good. If this thing's like 150, 160 points, I can see bringing this in a lot of lists just for the annoying teleport. That's interesting to know, though, if they're going to be a 6 health or 12. That'll be fun. I do think it's a decent unit, though. Anything with teleporting shenanigans in an army where we don't have that is amazing. This is basically our Dread Harrow. I think that's the name anyway. Rot Swords. Everybody who loved Blight King spams will love Rot Swords. And for a good reason. They are good. 2 attacks apiece, 3's threes, 1 rend, 1 damage. Sure. 3 up, no commands if they charged you. Which is good. That means if you countercharge in, 3 up, no commands. A brick hits you and they wanted all-out attack, no. If they wanted to power through, no. That's good. The main thing is with the synergies, you can get that 2 attacks up to 4 attacks pretty easily. So, crit 2 hits, nice bonus. Depending on the price, these things are going to be quite good. I think they're groups of 10? That looks like a group of 10. Oop, go back. So then 20 attacks base, you can easily get up to 30 or 40 for Bill Frenzy plus a Lord of Blights. That's going to be very potent and very strong. The prayer can make them +1, or I think it's the prayer. You can get +1 to wound on them, I think. No, that might just be Plaguebearers. Either way, that's quite strong. Quite good. And I'm going to try and kind of just go through here real quick because baby needs to go down for a nap. Alright, Pus Coils, they didn't change. They're the same. Still charge +1 damage, +1 rend for the fly arsenal. Slaven Knights, new knight unit, very strong. +1 damage. I think that these aren't going to be used as a hammer. I think these are going to be used as a tech piece just to have a 3-up strike last. +1 for another Rotbringer. So your Rot Sword flies would do it. Even another Slaven Knight would actually do it. A Hero, Glottkin, Orgots, any of the Maggoth Lords. All good. 2-up strike last. That is wonderful. Pestigores, add 1 to the rend of the weapon while it is not within enemy territory. That's okay. It's not wonderful. It's okay. Shaman, 2 attacks, force 3s. Pestigore will have to be cheap to be used. The Shaman, 3-up, give +1 attacks to the Pestigores. I don't think that's worth it. -1 rend. This will be good. I like this. That is a chant, so we have another Foot Wizard with an anti-rend spell. That's good. It'll make some lists. Creed are the same. Poxwretch is a very nice unit. I bought 2 of them when I saw the scroll. You start with 6 tokens, and then you get to remove the Kelpie tokens, and then give something disease. So that is another disease. That is 6 diseases you can give without using the manual spread. I hope they're not too expensive, because I've already bought 2 of them. But I think they're going to be very strong. Just because they're cheap fodder, you don't care if they die. They're going to give something disease once and then die. They're going to be in the way. And I love them. I think they're going to be great. And that is the whole book. I hope these guys are like 140, 130. Well, they are 14 models. Probably like 160. But no, that's the book. All the new changes. It's really strong. It is quite nice. I love it. Ask in the comments if you have any questions. The Discord is open. I am not going to post this until some of the other creators have, because this is a leak and I don't want to get in trouble. And if the big ones have, then I can as well. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a good day.